What is up, everybody? How y'all doing today? The beautiful Tuesday evening before waiver wires. What's up, Davis, Sam, Daniel, Rickety? How are you guys doing? That's weird. Yeah, actually, I'm not too familiar with the notification stuff. I think usually if you're on, or like if you're on YouTube, I feel like you usually get a notification or I get a little email. But that's weird. Hopefully my stream schedule will be a little bit more consistent so that you guys will know ahead of time where when I'm gonna stream. But how does mic sound and music sound right now? Good balance? Let's see. Lower the music a bit. Oh, for sure. Yeah, that's the one thing I play. I feel like I play so many different genres that like it's. Here we go. Music a little loud. All right. Let me know if that's a little bit better. All right. Let's see. Turn it down a little bit more. There we go. All right, that should be good. Let me know if you guys can still hear it. But welcome. Before I get on to all the questions, Luke, what's up? Welcome. So yeah, excited for Waiver Wire Tuesday, huh? Hope you guys watched the video. Hope you guys have a list of people you want to poach off the free agency list. There's a decent amount of people, but holy cow, it's week 10 already, right? We're more than halfway through the fantasy season, and we have playoffs in we have 4 more weeks of normal fantasy before we hit playoffs for most leagues, I would assume. So that's kind of crazy, but yo, let's talk. Hopefully we're all at a decent spot to try and sneak into the playoffs. I know I'm sitting pretty in all my leagues except for one, which is my more competitive one, so I'm gonna need to figure my stuff out soon. But yeah, this is awesome. Jack, what's up? Luke is in here as well. Hey, welcome all. If you guys didn't get the announcement or didn't watch the video just yet, first of all, I won't take that personally, but hey, we got an IG, DZ Fantasy Football. Go check it out. Ooh, that being said, let me just make a quick, I have literally 10 followers on there, but let me make a quick story update that we are live, and we'll get going if you guys don't mind. Let's see, create. youtube.com/666. All right. Nice. David says he started hasty. All right, let me go through this. List right here. Rickety says, "Do you think Chubb is playing this week?" I think there's a very good chance that he plays. Who should I start full PPR assuming Chubb plays? Chubb, Edmonds, Swift, or McKissick? So for the starting questions, you guys will definitely catch me off guard a little bit because that's my homework to do for tonight and tomorrow. Looking at this, so obviously you start Chubb, Rickety. Let's see. Who does Arizona play? I haven't looked at it because I don't even know who everyone plays. But let me look at all this. I will have a better answer for you, Rickety, on Thursday. But right now, I would probably go Chubb, Edmonds. Who did Detroit play? Does Detroit play this week? They have to, right? Lion plays. Oh, okay. So Lions and Washington play together. I'd probably lean Chubb, Edmonds, Swift, and McKissick. Jalen says, "Sorry, this is for stream." Hey man, don't worry about it at all. This is only for you guys, so hopefully you guys are good. Yeah, week 10, let's go. Yeah, notifications don't seem to be working, so I guess we'll have to figure it out. I'm not sure what to do there. I don't know if it's on my side or what, but I know YouTube can be, yeah. Yeah, Davis, I know this is early. So essentially what we're trying today, and I'm gonna actually cap this at an hour and a half max, so we're gonna end at 6:30 PST, but I'm doing a split stream. I'm gonna do one now for an hour and a half, and then we're gonna do one more tonight. because I know, I always get a lot of, not complaints, but people saying they can't make the streams because it's either too early or too late. So we're gonna see how this goes. I was thinking about doing one long one from literally 6 to 10 my time, but that, could be a little exhausting. So I'm gonna try this split up and see what happens. All right, we got so many people in the house. Let's see. So Davis won, big ups. Opponent Gronk and Connor, so I'm thankful. CMC, yeah. Jose, what a loss. What happened to the Broncos, Jose? What a loss for Herbert's Charger. I played against CMC. I was sweating bullets. I know, right? He came back and he came back hard. That was what a performance. I mean, we all expected it, but hopefully he's not out. I heard he got injured again. And I heard rumors that he could get shut down for the rest of the season, which would suck. So anyone who's holding on to Mike Davis, hold on to him right now. Do not drop Mike Davis. What kind of dog do you have? She's a mix. She's got a lot of different things in her, but she's definitely just a mix of everything. I might have, maybe if we have a little time, I'll pull up her DNA. I got Keenan Allen for AB, Fournette, and Edmonds. Okay, all right. Not bad. We'll see what happens with Fournette and AB moving forward, but not bad. Jack Anderson says, how do you feel about this trade? I'm giving Sanders, Ridley, and A-Rob for Hopkins, Waller, Jacobs, and Higgins. I like that. I think, assuming that Jacobs doesn't get injured or isn't injured and he's okay to play, I actually like that a lot for you because you're Ridley might have a little bit of higher side than Hopkins, but they're both wide receiver one in my same tier in my eyes. And I actually kind of like Higgins a little bit more than A-Rob, so that's just me. Ricky, do you think Cam's good game was because he played Jets? What do you think to his outlook rest of the season? I lost Zach and have been struggling QB. Yeah, so I think part of it has to do with the Jets. The thing is, again, with Cam, I've been saying this for weeks now. He's going to be very dependent on those rushing touchdowns, right? So he obviously played the Jets, and that's going to help him. I can still see him being productive, but you're really going to be depending on. I think you're really going to be depending a lot on those rushing touchdowns. I like Tua still. I think if you can grab him, he, in my video today, I talked about how he has value as both a passer and rusher. So I like that a lot. Burke, sorry boys, I'll be in and out. Hey, no problem. Hey, Burke, yeah, don't even worry about it. We're going to do a late stream later tonight. So, feel free to come back for that as well if you need to. Broncos are trash, damn. Raul, what's up? Jaden, what's up? Kamara, hey, Kamara's going to be Kamara. Running back one, if I could get him, I would, but he's going to be fine. Raul, I just need a tight end. I traded for Kittle the week. Oh, that's rough. I'm running Reed until he gets hurt again. I would be a little bit careful with it. I actually have Reed as a deep stash this week because I didn't really, obviously, he was probably on a snap count last week, right? He literally just got pulled off of IR and got played. But I'm a little bit worried about who's going to be the favorite target. Last week, I think me, along with pretty much everyone else in the fantasy world, thought he was going to be the guy. But I would be a little careful starting Reed this week. Daniel says, I picked up Mike Davis from my waivers. My cousin dropped him. Nice, okay. Remember, I had with Tobo the last stream. Oh, nice, okay, yeah. That's awesome. Hey, I think Mike Davis has some value, especially if we get more information about Christian McCaffrey's injury. You like T. Higgins more than A-Rob? Honestly, a little bit. A-Rob is he's relevant because he gets forced a lot, but I like T. Higgins' offense a lot more on Cincinnati, and I think he's really, really heavily involved. More so, I'm just saying I like the Bengals a little bit better than the Bears when it comes to offensive power. Sam says, I had higher expectations for Gibson and CEH and Edmonds. RIP. How did Gibson do this week? He didn't do very well, right? Let's see. I'm going to pull him up really quickly. Gibson. What's good with Gibson right now? I don't own him anywhere, so I actually have no idea. So Gibson, he did it right. 11 points. Not too bad. And all of those, I have all three of those guys, and I sell them all. Okay, nice. Tobo offered me Kamara, Diggs, and Hines. I'm assuming you're saying Nyheim Hines, right? For Hill, Ridley, and Jones. So I took it because I have more decent. Nice. Okay. Davis, do you like P. Ryan at all? I think I'm gonna drop him. I'm gonna scoop Zach Moss. More important, Then a good defense this week okay, so between P. Ryan, so I do still like P. Ryan, but between P. Ryan and Zach Moss, I'd absolutely go Zach Moss. P. Ryan is more so he has a potential, but Moss, we're seeing him vulturing all those red zone TDs, so I absolutely like Moss more than P. Ryan as an everyday starter. That a good season this week in Saints, Bucks, or Dolphins. My RBs are CMC, J-Rob, MG3, and Jamal. Okay, so yeah, so Zach Moss is a good add if you can. As for defenses, let's look at the defense for this week. Like I said, I'm definitely open to start and sits questions, but between Tuesday and Thursday is when I do my homework for all of that. So I will have to sort of just look on the look on the schedule list. So we have the Saints against the 49ers. Saints against 49ers, Bucks against Panthers, and who is it? Dolphins are playing the Chargers. So I like the Saints the best out of those, Davis. They're able to hold Tom Brady, and I mean, we all saw what happened with the Bucks and Saints game, right? And now the Saints are riding high, going into a game with San Francisco where everyone's kind of dead. I actually have the Saints as a pickup for this week to start for sure. And plus or minus P. Ryan if I drop him, or plus or minus P. Ryan if I drop him or keep him. What do you mean there exactly? I meant like Moss should be my first priority over. Oh, for sure. I think Moss should be, because those defenses you're going to stream, then you might be able to pick up one of those afterwards and keep. If you can get the Dolphins, they're pretty good. For sure. Yeah, I would go Moss first because he's going to be like a good guy. Any ideas on my team? Trade targets: Chubb, Sanders, Adams, A-Rob, Ridley. Sorry, I completely just missed it. Let me go back. Where is this? So Jack Anderson says, any ideas on my team? Trade targets: Chubb, Sanders, Adams, A-Rob, Ridley, Hunter Henry. Currently 5 and 4. It's tough because if that's your main depth there, I don't know that you also have Aaron Rodgers. Okay. Yeah, so I don't know that you have a lot of depth right now, so I think you're okay. Obviously, if you can get, like, when Chubb and Sanders comes back, I think that's going to be good for you, but I think you need a third running back. Pick someone. If it's an 8-man league, you should be able to pick someone up to have a flex. Diego says, on my Yahoo league, I have good running backs, and Gibson was on the bench, and I was desperate for a QB, so I got Aaron Rodgers for Gibson. Okay. Yeah. That's not bad. Aaron Rodgers is balling out. Jaden says, do I pick up Brady because one of my friends panicked and dropped him? My quarterbacks are Drew Brees. I think Brady's a decent pick. I think there are better quarterbacks out there, I honestly would even maybe choose 2 over Brady at this point. Not many of you know, but Daniel's a Colts fan. Yep. Hey, yo, proud and loud, right? There you go. There's the Colts. Let me show. I'll go open it up, actually. Someone asked for the dartboard to be open last week. Yui, what's up? All right, also have 720 Red Dog J.K. Dobbins, get him. I'm honestly not high on J.K. I think a lot of people were too high on him from last week. I'm not too high on him. Burke, planning on picking up a backup team for Burton in case injury because roster's a lock. I'm thinking Doyle because if Burton gets injured, he's an upgrade. Oh, for sure. I think that's safe. Monitor Doyle though, because he got a concussion last week. Carlos, hey, Carlos, welcome. Hey, yeah, I remember you from earlier. Thank you for stopping by. So your question was if I should drop CeeDee Lamb for Allen Lazard. I have Keenan Allen, Julio, Rieger, Fulgham, Deontay, and CeeDee Lamb. I don't think you should drop CeeDee, dude. I think, honestly, I would drop one of the Eagles wide receivers. Because Allen Lazard right now is going to have a little bit higher of an upside than some guy you stash. I think Deontay Johnson's fine if you don't want to deal with the the carousel of who the wide receivers are, but I would probably say Rieger or Deontay Johnson out of those, Carlos. Sam says, I have Edmonds, DJ Dallas, Williams, Gibson. Do I drop these guys for Moss, Gusset, or anyone? Yeah, so I think Jamal Williams is going to be out for at least 2 more weeks minimum, right? I would drop, I would prioritize Moss because Moss is valuable. We don't know what Gus Edwards is going to be like once Mark Ingram's comes back, so I would maybe drop, also monitor to see if Carlos Hyde or Chris Carson comes back this week. because you can definitely drop DJ and Williams if you need to. So I would say DJ and Williams if you need to. So I would say see what the issue, see what what's going on there. You can drop Williams first, unless the starters for the Seahawks are coming back this week, in which you drop Dallas, DJ Dallas, and then pick up Moss. Sanders or Sly over Hot Rod? That's a tough one. I don't know if I can answer that right now, because I mean, kickers are one of the hotter, like, you know, they're gonna be more difficult to figure out. I'm sticking with Hot Rod as well, say yes. Let's see. Drop Damian for Pope. I don't know that I would do that. I'm not convinced that Pope is gonna get a large share of the Chargers backfield. So I don't know if I would do that, honestly. Do I start Rams D or Eagles D or Washington? I like the Eagles D a lot this week, actually. Let's see who everyone else is playing. So you have Rams, Eagles. Let's see. Rams are playing. Oh, you definitely don't start the Rams. Washington is playing. Let's see. Who's Lions? I would start the Eagles here. I would feel pretty comfortable starting the Eagles here. Marlo, what's up, my man? No worries. Just join. When do you think CMC will play again? Let's assume he's healthy until someone else says anything, right? I think there's a good chance that he might be injured. I might be out and could be even out for the rest of the season, but just assume he's playing until we hear otherwise. Davis, if Hooper's my tight end after losing Kittle, is it worth rostering an extra tight end? I don't think so. Unless you have a top tier tight end that you need to hold for a bye, there's no point in rostering two. I would just keep that, Davis. Didn't have to do for Kittle, only tight ends were Reed, Atkins, Everett, Irv Smith, Dwelly, etc. Someone also, how hard are you Lazard versus Rieger versus Jacoby? Yeah, so yeah, I think Davis just keep one tight end, right? As for those other guys, I think that's tough. Lazard has, I think, a really, really high potential because he's on a way better offense, okay? Rieger, I would like to see him get a little bit more involved. So actually, from what I've seen so far, I would have Rieger as third. Jacoby Myers, I wasn't convinced yet from 2 weeks ago, but after this week, he's getting a lot of targets, right? The only concern is what happens when the other wide receivers come back. So right now, from what we've seen, I would say Jacoby, Lazard, Rieger. But with what we know and what we want to potentially predict, I'd probably go Lazard, Myers, Rieger. Is Jamal Williams back? I'm actually not sure. I haven't looked at the latest stuff. Even if he's back, Aaron Jones is still there. I guess that's the only thing. Daniel says, I drafted a team 3 days ago, and I think it's by far my first one. It's Kyler, James Conner, Henry, Devontae, Stephon. Wow, that's really, really good, dude. You've got some of like the top players at their position, so that's really good. Best kicker? I mean, Koo is a very solid kicker, right? I think, yeah, Koo's a very solid kicker. Should I pick up Gano? Kickers are always going to be, kickers are always, you're going to stream them. It's hard to say. So like, I would wait until, let me do my kicker rankings for this week and I will get back to you, but I wouldn't do it just based off of like the team they're on. I would like, unless it's someone like, you know, like a Koo or like, you know, before we had our Justin Tucker, our Butker, our Will Lutz, who are like just set and forgets. But I will have to like review that and get back to you. Sam says, I also have Henry, Murray, Kelsey. Damn, okay. 312 is the area code for Chicago. Daniel. I would keep one in it. Sam says I would keep one tight end too. I have Kelsey, Gronk. I will trade Gronk away after this week. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Try and see. You might want to wait until he has one more good week to trade him though. David says I'm holding Koo this week through his bye. I think that's a really good, smart move. Luke says that's what he's doing too. I can't bring myself to drop him after I lost 2 weeks ago because I dropped him. Oh yeah, for sure. He's one of those guys you want to do. Crosby is definitely a decent kicker too. Let's look at how Crosby's been doing this week or this year. Crosby, Yeah, I mean, Crosby's been okay. He has 4 games under 10 points and 4 games over 10. So I would kind of put him as like middle of the pack. And honestly, it's mainly just because the Packers are like maybe like kind of too good. You know, their offense is really good, so they're going to be able to move a lot. Which means maybe not a lot of, means not a lot of, opportunities for him to kick anything besides extra points. What happened to Tampa and Seahawks this week? Are you talking about their defense? Tampa just got shut out. That was horrible. Seahawks defense is just bad. I would not play them. Or actually, let's look it up. Hopefully I'm not saying anything wrong, but like Seahawks defense, I don't think they're bad. That's it. They have a really bad secondary. Marlo says, treat incoming. I'm getting Brandon Cooks, Julio, and King Henry, but I'm giving you. I don't mind that, Marlo. I don't mind that because you diversify a lot more. You get some really, really good players, and you don't have to start the same players from the same team, right? And when I say diversify, I mean if the Saints have one bad game, you're screwed, right? If they can't, like, say, break like 10 points, maybe my MT or Kamara will get one of those touchdowns, but that's risky to play players from the same team. Obviously, Kamara and Michael Thomas are people that you can play from the same team every week and not feel bad about it, but I like just diversifying a little bit more. Kanye 2020? Almost. I'm pretty sure he got like 60,000 votes or something. He was, it was close. Sam says, I value single players more than a handful of okay players. Yeah, let's look at MT last week. So MT, I know that he didn't do like as well as people thought he would. He got 51 yards, 6 targets. So I don't know if they're easing him back in or he was just covered more, but let's look at the target share, right? So if we go to the Saints, yeah, I mean, they're also blowing him out, but let's look at the target share from the game. So it looks like, honestly, they just spread the ball around. He still got the most targets with 6, which isn't like high, but like a lot of people got targets, right? Because Breeze threw for 32 times, Taysom Hill twice, and James Winston 3 times. So there's a total of 35 passes, and Michael Thomas got 6 of that. So that's 72%, which is not bad, but I think the issue was just that it was spread out between so many people. Not a lot of people. I mean, the Saints defense just kind of went off, right? The Michael Thomas still had the most receptions and the most yards, even though it was only 51 yards, but just game flow, honestly. I'm in 8 leagues and I'm in 7. I'm 8-1. Damn, that's really good, Daniel. Good job. Congrats. I saw some word that Breeze had head coaches say they wanted to. Yep, and that's probably it. Factor of easing him in and factor of just like, hey, that was just a game script. Our defense is doing all the work. We don't need to do it much. I mean, they ran a lot too, right? They ran, let's see. So a lot of people ran. Even Drew Brees ran a few times. Well, no, I guess the Drew Brees and James Winston might be kneel downs, but running, it looks like they did 6, 16, plus another 16. So they ran 32 times, right? They passed 35 times. They ran 32 times. Just game script. What's the deal with CMC Davis to start this week? Not necessarily. I don't think we have any. Let's look it up. Christian McCaffrey. I don't think we have any news yet on exactly what's going on with Christian McCaffrey. So I think we just have to wait it out and see what happens. He's day to day as of right now. Let's see. There's something posted 9 hours ago. So Matt Rule described McCaffrey as day-to-day. He's getting MRI results back tomorrow. So we're not gonna have any like better news until at least tomorrow after the MRI comes back. Yeah, if McCaffrey's out, I think Mike Davis will be a fine flex start. Kamara only had 15 points too, right? And it's funny that we say only 15 points for someone like Kamara, right? Eagles D versus Saints D this week. And out of the Titans you recommend, who do you like the best rest of the season? Okay, so let me look at this. So let's go to the D first. Eagles versus, oh, they're both kind of up there. I think I like the Eagles a little bit more, just slightly, but they're literally back to back. And then for the people the Titans that I talked about this week, let me pull this up. Let's go to the video. 1 second. I just need to pull up the full list. So for the Titans, I like Dallas Goedert. And honestly, Dallas Goedert, Austin Hooper, and Dalton Schultz, I think both have value for the rest of the season. Maybe Dallas Goedert then Austin Hooper is what I'll say. I also have McKissick and Curtis Samuel. Are they start with? Oh, Curtis Samuel is very much start worthy. He has been for the last 3 weeks. Is CMC out? I'm playing against him. There's a good chance that he is, but we don't know. It's day to day right now. What's your take on Eckler? So, yeah, we actually talked a lot about him during our last stream. So he's projected to come back week 11 or 12, but I think there's rumors that he might actually gets shut down for the rest of the season. Number one, because the injury that he has is the re-injury risk is very high, and number two, you know, if the Chargers are nowhere near playoff contention, which they're not, there's no reason to get him back and re-risk his injury. So I think there's a small chance that he gets shut down for the rest of the season. Yeah, day to day. Chubb is projected to get 14 points. If he plays, what do you think he'll get? That's tough. I mean, you know, I think he should be full force. Like, he should be going full force when he gets back. Who are they playing? They're playing, we're week 10, right? So we're playing Houston. Oh. I can see him scoring between like 14 to probably like 11 to like, I think this is a big range, but probably like 11 to like 22 points. Depends on how much they want to use him once he gets back and like how much they need to ease him into it. But Houston has a really bad group of linebackers. So he would be a must start for me. Luke says he needs Eckler back. Yeah, I know, right? Tim, what's up, my man? How you doing? How's school treating you? But yeah, I mean, okay, guys, like this week, it felt like this week's waiver wire is a lot more plentiful than last week, is what I'll say, which is really nice. And that's the thing with waiver wire, right? You should always be able to find people. Obviously, I have my deep stashes of who, you know, there's gonna be deep stashes and whatnot, but like to me, there's a handful of pretty decent guys who you can kind of plug and play into your roster. So I don't mind it. I can't keep waking up at 6:45. Why are you waking up so early? Is it for a class or what? And like, if it is for a class, then why do you have classes that early? That seems unless you're talking about like 6:45 p.m. and you just like passed out for like the day. But yeah, I mean, like I was saying before, let's pull up this list. So the one guy I want to talk to you guys about is Jacoby Myers. I would give him a serious look right now. Oh geez, school starts at 7:25 a.m. That's early. That's tough, man. Hey, enjoy your weekends and be able to sleep in. But yeah, anyways, I was talking about, so Jacoby Myers is someone that I think everyone should like take a hard look at. Obviously, if the other guys, Edelman, Harry, I think is out too, right? If they come back, it'll be a little tough, but like Myers really reminds me of Travis Fulgham when he blew up. If we look at Myers, the reason I like him is that, you know, I really love to chase targets. Yeah, so 3 weeks ago against San Francisco, he had 6 targets. 2 weeks ago against Buffalo, he had 10 targets. And this week against the Jets, he had 14 targets. So this guy's stock is going up. You know, obviously they're playing Baltimore, but hey, he might be the guy that they force the ball to. Pick 2 of these guys on my waiver wire: Robert Woods, Judy, Mike Williams, Curtis Samuel, Kirk, Jacoby Myers, Duke, and Mike Davis. Right now, with the information that we know, I would go Curtis Samuel and Kirk. 2 kids in my school got COVID, so I switched to virtual only. Oh, geez, yeah. Well, hey, man, I'm glad you're staying away from that. That's rough. I mean, so many people are getting COVID by going back to school, so it's tough. I actually have a good friend who he's a teacher, and he got COVID as soon as they all went back to school, so that was really tough. Kellis Talks, what's up? Good to see you. I feel like we haven't seen you in a few streams. I'm thinking about next year having a league where someone has to only have guys in a division, so 8 guys have a division. How do you think I should manage people getting worse divisions? That's tough. That's a really tough. I've never heard of that. I mean, I guess I don't know how you would assign the divisions to size random, right? Because I just don't know unless you do some sort of priority. You do some sort of priority where like you do a snake draft. I think that's gonna be tough to sell. Tano says I am COVID. Yo, what's the best vaccine for you? We need that $1 million idea. Do you think Lazard or Chase Claypool is more valuable? I think that's a tough one too. They're pretty equal. I like Lazard a little bit more because we've seen the wide receiver roulette that's been going on in Pittsburgh. Granted, Claypool has still been getting a lot, and if not most of the targets, but there's so many mouths to feed there. So right now, I would say Lazard maybe has a slightly higher ceiling, but we'll have to see what happens when he comes back this week. Marlo says, should I drop Fulgham? I think you should keep Fulgham if you can. Fulgham, he hasn't done you wrong at all, right? He's been producing every week. Let's look at his stats. Yeah, he's been producing every week, and he's pretty much had double-digit targets, except for last week against Dallas, where he still got 78 yards and a touchdown. So I don't think he's dropped Travis Fulgham at all. Lunar Eclipse, what's up? Opinions on Mike Davis. So yeah, all of it is going to depend on CMC and his injury and his MRI results that comes out tomorrow. But he is a hold for me right now, 100%. Worth trading Claypool and Jonnu? I don't know if I would do that, Tim. Just because it's a risk. If you think that Eckler's gonna be out for the season, do it, right? But it's definitely a big risk that I don't know if I'm willing to take, since technically Justin Jackson is the lead back right now, but it's still a little bit muddled. Lunar says, is it worth dropping Pollard for Davis? So what else? This is what I'll say. Pollard looked good last week, but he's never going to be the lead back when Zeke is healthy. Zeke is injured. We just don't know how injured he is. As of right now, Mike Davis to me is a little bit more valuable because Christian McCaffrey's injury seems a little bit more serious than than Zeke's. So I value Mike Davis a little bit higher. Mike, what's up? Welcome to the stream. Glad you made it. Yeah, I feel like you're always one of the first ones to comment on the video, so I appreciate that. How's your waiver wire strategizing looking like this week? Lunar for sure. Hey, and I think this is your first time, right? So welcome to the stream, and hopefully you come back more. Just stay to hang out. We have a really good group of guys here, and we just love to talk fantasy. So, Mike, for sure. Happy you're here as well. But anyway, so I was talking about Jacoby Myers. I think he's someone that's worth looking at. Who else I like that I think is gonna be big? Curtis Samuel, man, this guy's been balling out. With or without CMC, I think Curtis Samuel might be an every week start now because of how he's used and his production. Daniel says, look at Mike, I've been struggling with the tight end position. Yeah, it's tough. Who do you have right now, Mike? I like Austin Hooper. I think he has one of the higher floors for whatever tight ends are left right now. I think he has a decent floor. Start McLaurin instead of MT or Hopkins this week. It sounds crazy projected. Let's see. Mike, does your waivers start earlier than everyone else's? So we're looking at McLaurin, MT, or Hopkins, right? Let me see who everyone's playing here. So I would go Hopkins, McLaurin, and then MT is what I'll say, Marlo. At least based off of like the wide receivers they are in their schedule. But like I said, guys, you know, I'm happy to answer whatever start questions you guys have. I will have a way better answer and more research and thought out answer for you guys on Thursday. Oh, nice. That's awesome. Kellis, trade Cook for Kamara. Are you talking about Dalvin Cook, Kellis? Opinions on Jonnu, worth keeping, or should I pick up Gesicki or Hooper? Jonnu has been really disappointing. I don't really know what's going on here. Let's look at the stats over the last few weeks. You know, every week I'm like, hey, let's you know, I don't have him, but people ask about him. His targets have been just horrendous, man. I honestly don't know if it's worth it. His target share has dropped ever since his last big game in Buffalo, 2-4-2-2. That's not something I want to see. You know, granted they're playing tough defenses, but hey, they're also playing, the next 3 weeks are against even tougher defenses, so I'm honestly not high on Jonnu, you know? Hooper might give you that better I think Hooper might give you that better floor that you need. Kellis, are you talking about Dalvin Cook for Alvin Kamara? Man, that's tough. That's tough. Honestly, oh man. Who would I choose between here? I almost like Dalvin a little bit more because of his schedule and because of the fact that like it seems like he's like one of their only, you know, best options on offense, and I mean they're both good, right? I wonder if Dalvin Cook has a slightly higher upside because, you know, last 2 games he's broken off for 47 points, 38 points. Like Kamara is probably going to be good for like 15 to 25 every week, right? And he's going to get the occasional like 30 plus, but like I almost have a gut feeling to say like Dalvin Cook has a slightly higher ceiling right now. Daniel, yeah, so we talked about this. It's a little bit late just because it's hard to do like a last minute stuff, and most people are in multiple leagues. But Daniel, we are going to be doing a playoff fantasy league. So I'll have an announcement video about it closer to the playoffs. But we will do that, and anyone that wants to join can join. Oh yeah. He has a tough playoff schedule. So he's got Jacksonville, Tampa Bay, Chicago. Yeah, sure he does. But I still kind of like him, honestly. Let's see, what's Kamara's schedule looking like? If we look at Kamara, Kamara has Atlanta, Philly. So yeah, Kamara does have a little bit better of a schedule, but he's on an offense where he doesn't need to be relied on as a number 1 option is what I'll say. So I still think Cooks has Dalvin Cook without S. I still think he has a slightly higher ceiling. Yeah, playoff league will be fun. I don't know if anyone's played in the NFL playoff league, but I think it'll be a really fun time, and we'll get everyone involved. Charlie De La Garza, what's up, man? Drop Hunter Henry, Goddard for Kirk or Curtis Samuel. If you can get both, do you have other people you can drop, Charlie? Because Kirk, I really like Kirk and Curtis Samuel. Here. Lunar Eclipse says Judy or Kirk. I like Kirk a little bit more because we've seen more consistent production out of him than Judy. I think Judy is definitely trending upwards, but I do think I do kind of like Kirk a little bit more. Should I trade Hopkins? No, I wouldn't trade Hopkins. You know, if you trade Hopkins, you're trading him at a low, so there's no point in trading someone after they had a bad game because that's what people are they're gonna try and screw you on the fact that he had a bad game, so his value should be a lot lower. That's it. So no, I don't think you need to. Daniel, it's just on NFL. It's a little bit different than fantasy football, but in a way, it's pretty similar. I was actually thinking about doing playoff league with a few buds yesterday. Yeah, I mean, hey, the playoff ones are fun. You know, it's you know definitely different because everyone like people can pick the same players, but I think it's going to be a good platform to get all the subscribers and viewers in together. Browns fan, hey, welcome back, my friend. Is Chase Edmonds a good trade target? I'm thinking about either offering. I don't think so. He may not be that useful when Drake comes back, and we've seen, like as we've seen this week, something funky is going on with running backs and the Cardinals. I think honestly it's because Murray takes up so much of it, so much, what do you call it? He takes up so much rushing attempts, so I'm not a huge fan right now of the running backs in that backfield. I think they're still gonna do okay, but I don't think it's worth giving someone up for that. Is for NFL? No, it's just on NFL.com, Daniel. Kirk is on the waivers. Pick him up for. I don't know if I would drop Godwin. I would try and drop someone else for Kirk. Is Fournette and Claypool for Gurley a good? I would honestly probably keep Fournette and Claypool right now. Fournette seems like he's getting used a lot more than Rojo, so I kind of. Yeah, I'm a little skeptical of Gurley's injury too, or his health in general, but I kind of keep Fournette and Claypool here. Yeah, so essentially you just pick players in each position. If your player makes it to the next round, you play them again next week and you get bonus points. I'll explain it all in the video. This is still a little, like a few weeks away, but you pretty much just want to accumulate the most points as possible. Browns fan 32 says, I have Chubb, Carson, and Montgomery. I'm hoping at least two of them play, but risk waiting, or should I start JT on Thursday? I think JT is a good start this Thursday. Tennessee doesn't have a good offense. I would say JT, Chubb, Carson. I'm a little skeptical that Carson's going to play, and I don't like Montgomery. Like everyone who's been here in like my videos or streams know that I don't like Montgomery that much. Man, I'm really stuck. My team isn't good, but not bad. I don't know what trades to make. Tim, post your team again. Do you think Godwin will perform at AB and Evans on the same team? Yeah, Godwin should be that number. Should be the primary target out of those three. I would probably trust him the most out of the three players. Mainly because when Godwin and Evans was there, Godwin had a lot more production than Evans. And hey, he led the team in targets, right? With Evans and Gronk, so I think he'll be okay. Last year, my playoff challenge was really good. I only picked the Chiefs and 49ers. Oh, nice. Not bad, not bad. Jefferson versus Higgins versus Thielen. Thoughts on both? Cook has been eating into Jefferson's usage. Thoughts on MG3? I need a good RB2. It seems he can't play, and I'll have his P-Ring, Jared Mall, and RB3. I'm trying to get Moss up. Yeah, so definitely get Moss, Davis. Between Jefferson and Higgins, I think Higgins is going to be a lot more consistent. Jefferson's going to have those higher boom weeks, right? But he's just on a more stout offense, and like you said, Cooks is there to take away from his usage. So I do like Higgins. Like Higgins is someone I can trust every week to be able to really give me 10 plus points. I think MG3 is fine. I think Lindsey, I mean, he has turf toe, so we don't even know how healthy he is right now. But I think he's okay. But otherwise, for sure, get Zach Moss. So Tim has Rodgers, Sanders, Fournette, Hopkins, Thomas, Hawkinson, Claypool. Yeah, so I mean, it's not bad, right? It's just that Sanders has been out and Fournette has been also out, so I can see why you might not have a high winning record. Trade Claypool for Jefferson PPR. I wouldn't mind that if you really want to go for someone that can boom. I think Jefferson has a way higher chance to boom than Claypool. Michigan Legend, what's up, man? Adam Thielen or Cooper Kupp? So let's look. I was telling people essentially right now I haven't done the homework on starts and sits yet. That's for Thursday stream, but between the two, let me see. Let me look at these matchups really quickly. I would probably go Thielen. If CMC doesn't play and Chubb does play, would 100% Chubb here, Marlo. Tim, I think you need to look for... a more solid running back, honestly. Fournette should probably be fine, but I see him as like a sort of like a low-end RB2 right now. You never know. He probably could have a lot of weeks where he just doesn't give you a lot of what do you call it? A lot of points if Rojo's eating to his share. Or they get blown out and they literally run the ball, what, 4 times? Chubb, Morrow for sure. Yep, Davis, I agree. I've actually gotten really lucky. 6-3. Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad. So keep it up and try and make a trade for a more solid running back, I would say. Daniel says, do you think my team will take me far into the playoffs? Rodgers, Hill, DK, Jacobs, Hunt, Andrews, Drake, Mike Davis. I think so. I'm just a little bit worried about your running back depth, especially with Jacobs' injury concerns and Hunt now having Chubb into his production. If you can, try and get a more solid RB2 or RB1. Otherwise, it looks pretty solid. I have the same record and same seed. Nice. Not bad. Yeah, I mean, 6-3, you guys are fine, you know? You guys, it gives you chances to take risks or, sit on players who, who might not be back, like someone like an Eckler or someone that's going to be out injured for a few weeks. Raul, I do think so. I do think he's going to be a high-end wide receiver 2 or even like a low-end wide receiver 1 in PPR. Daniel, I was going to package up Hunt and Ayuk for who, though? Rank these streaming options, Browns fans. Are you talking about just for this week? Let me see who they're playing. So we have, if we're talking about just for this week, we have Goff. Let's see. Let me pull up the schedule again. So Goff is playing Seattle. Tua is playing Chargers, and Locke is playing. Okay, so Raiders. So they all actually have really good matchups. Based off of the matchups, I would go Goff, Tua, or Locke, but I do kind of like Tua's upside a little bit more than Goff. Should I try to get someone for Fournette? Any ideas? I don't know that I would. Well, yeah, you can. But this is not a good week to do it because he didn't do anything last week. He barely even ran with the ball. So you could try and package him for somebody, but it's gonna be hard for you to get somebody for Fournette. Marlo says, one of my friends dropped Deshaun Watson a few weeks ago, so I picked him up off of waivers as a backup to Mahomes. After this week, should I try to trade? Yes, 100%. I was able to get Watson and Jimmy Graham for Travis Kelce and Joe Mixon. So 100% trade away Watson and try and get yourself a solid like low-end wide receiver or running back 1. That's tough. I mean, it's hard, right? It's hard. Those questions are hard because like I don't know what your league is like. Value-wise, if you trade a Hunt and Ayuk, you could probably try and get someone like, I don't know. I'm thinking sort of like high-end RB2, right? So I'm thinking, I mean, the thing is, this is the worst time to trade them because Ayuk was out, right? And San Francisco 49ers have not a lot of people. So I would maybe try for like a Chubb. You can try for maybe a Miles Sanders. You could try for maybe a Jonathan Taylor, but it's not the right time to sell them right now. Davis says, I face the #1 team next week, and I'm trying to prepare. What are some of your favorite defenses for next week? Sorry, it's looking ahead. No, for sure. Let's see. And hey, this probably will change. Let me just go through I guess the list. So I like the Steelers, obviously. I like let's see. I like maybe the Bengals actually. Saints potentially. Let's see how they do this week. I like the Chargers. I like the Dolphins actually. So Dolphins is a good stash. Vikings could be good. Yeah, so those guys. I think maybe look to stash the Dolphins if you can, Davis. Yep, I got Mixon and Kelsey for Watson and Watson and Jimmy Graham. Nice, yep. And my other big trade was who was it? It was Stephon Diggs and David Johnson for Dalvin Cook. And oh man, who was the other guy? And Juju actually. Bought Juju low. Got someone to sell Dalvin Cook high. Got rid of, I mean, he's going to be back, but, lucky for me that I got rid of David Johnson before he got concussed. And obviously, I think people think, oh my God, Dalvin Cook versus Stephon, but for someone who's needy of a wide receiver one, Stephon Diggs is a solid wide receiver one that you can start and you start, set and forget. He gets the targets, he gets the yards, and he's one of Josh Allen's favorite targets. So yeah. I mean, Daniel, try it. Hey, if you can get an Alvin Kamara, if you get an Aaron Jones, go try it, right? But aim for, a high-end RB2 or RB1. Marlo says, okay, 6-person league, so best option to trade Watson would be with a guy who is Lamar. His best players are Tyreek, AJ Brown, Keenan Allen, Will Fuller. Maybe go Tyreek. I don't know if he'll do it, but I would try and shoot high first and see if you can get a Tyreek. I'd like that for you. I think that's the best return for you at least. If we just look at a random trade value chart, and this means nothing, right? Watson is at 23 points, and Tyreek Hill is at 30 points. So it'll be a stretch, but yeah. Which RBs are you aiming off of waivers? So based off of my list from the video today, McKissick I think is going to be a solid flex for the rest of the season. Wayne Gallman if Freeman's not here, and Gus Edwards. So J.D. McKissick, Zach Moss, Giovanni if possible, and then Wayne Gallman I think. But a lot of these guys are dependent on whether or not their starters are actually going to play. So. Any hope for John Brown for the rest of the season? Yeah, I think he is. I think John Brown is going to overtake Beasley's role, and I think he's actually going to make Beasley a little irrelevant. So I do think there's hope for John Brown as long as he stays healthy. As for 49ers, outside of Mostert, Jordan Reed is a deep stash for me. I think he's good to hold on to see what happens. And then Ayuk and Deebo Samuel when they come back. I think Mullins being there actually helps their value a little bit, but I like Ayuk a lot. Jacob, will McCaffrey play? We don't know yet. More results are going to come out tomorrow after the MRI test is done. I'm leaning a little bit towards no, but we won't know until we have a little bit more information for sure. Daniel, I don't think you can do screenshots here, so I would just probably copy and paste it if you can. Perlin Woods, trade advice needed. I'm in a dynasty league and I just received a trade where I sent Allen Robinson and Christian Kirk for Kareem Hunt, Courtney Sully, and a fourth. Rahul says I would in a dynasty assets. So let me think about that. So you're sending. I actually kind of like that. I don't know dynasty as much, so I don't know how much the fourth round pick is valued, but I actually really like Sutton and Deontay Johnson's upside for future years. So yeah, because they're all young guys. I think that's good for you. Estimated timeline for return from Mostert. Let's see what the latest news is on him actually. Mostert's eligible to return from IR this week, it looks like, right? I don't think he's going to play this week, but let's see what else they say about him. I would say probably in like 2 weeks from now for Mostert. Yeah, no, I don't have a RB ranking for the rest of the season, unfortunately, right now. Sorry about that. Josh Miller says, what do you think about this trade? Kenny Golladay for Justin Herbert. Who's your current quarterback, Josh, and who are your current wide receivers? Yeah, exactly like Rose said. So Marlon asked, what's the difference between Dynasty and normal? Dynasty, you keep players for next year, so you roll them over. So I think a lot of the value is in those picks that you can get and accumulate, as well as the younger guys. For sure, for sure. James Martin, what's up, my friend? Thank you for coming by. How you doing? And to give everyone a quick heads up, so we'll be ending the stream in about 30 minutes. Like I mentioned this at the very beginning, I'm trying something new today. I'm doing this early stream for, you know, East Coast Central people who have to go to sleep early. But I'll also be doing a stream late night, probably at like 10:30, 11 o'clock my time, because I know there are a few people who like late night stuff because of work and because they're on the West Coast. So that will be approximately 4.5 hours to 5 hours from now. So there will be a second stream tonight. Matt Stafford is my current QB. I have Shepard, Claypool, Curtis Samuel. I don't mind that trade. As long as you feel like you can sort of beef up your wide receivers a little bit. It's definitely a little bit thin there, especially without Golladay, but I like Herbert a lot. Yeah, I guess, you know, Daniel, the issue with the rest of the season is that like things really change week to week, and it's better to it's a little bit better to just look at the matchups, right? I don't think if I give you a full list, it's not gonna be that valuable, because if I give you a top 10 list, you might not have anyone on there. You might have, you know, 2 people on there, so it's not gonna be as helpful. So I'd rather help you by looking at individual, like your actual team, who you have, so we can talk about, you know, what's a good trade that we can draft up. Guapo, what's up, man? Is Jonah Smith a good start this week? I don't like it. No, I mean, he hasn't been getting a lot of targets, and he's playing a tough Colts defense. I'm not starting Jonah until we see more stuff. East Coast gang, I'll probably stay up for both streams though. Hey, yo, I appreciate that. You know, I'm sure we're gonna be talking a lot more fantasy tonight as well. So tonight, honestly, hey, if y'all want to stay up, especially my East Coast folks, hey, we can we'll stay up. Let's you know, it's only a Tuesday. Hey, maybe we'll stay up until the waivers clear, and we'll just try and snipe some people without having to use any priorities, right? Yeah, Sam, exactly. And that's the thing, Daniel, is like rest of the season, it changes, right? Anyone gets injured, a backup comes through, some sort of offensive scheme change. And like, you know, we're not even trying to make fun of you for asking that. It's just that like, it's hard. And like, even if I gave you a list of the rest of the season running backs right now, I don't think it's going to be useful to you, and I don't think it might even be valid next week anymore. So that's the only reason why, you know, I don't like to do it. What I'm still thinking about doing is maybe doing a like a defense stash for like the rest of the season into the playoffs, and I think that will actually be helpful for people. But yeah, Guapo says, I have this trade on the table. I have Darren Waller, and I have someone wanting to trade me Christian Kirk and Jared Cook. Ooh. Who are the rest of your wide receivers, Guapo? Mixon, Eckler, Miles Sanders, nobody's here, right? Hey, could be, right? As long as they stay healthy, there's always a chance. But yeah, let's see what the wide receiver is looking like. A lot of that's going to just depend on if you actually need Kirk, right? How do you feel about Curtis Samuel? I like him a lot. I think he was startable the last 3 weeks. You know, I've been talking about him. I had him as a deep stash a few weeks ago. Then I had him as a pickup actually 2 weeks ago. But man, he looks good. He's versatile. They're going to use him in both the passing game and running game. So I like it. James Martin says, Amari Cooper and Hayden Hurst for Darren Waller. Ooh. James, do you need a wide receiver? Or sorry, what's your wide receiver depth looking like? Because if you have the depth to give up Cooper, I would do that, right? Young Guapo says his wide receivers are Julio, Godwin, Emmanuel Sanders, Justin Jefferson, CD, and Henry Ruggs. So someone wanted to trade me. Okay. So I don't know if I would do that if I were you, Young Guapo. I think I'd rather have Darren Waller here because you have a good depth, right? So you have good depth. I would rather have a more solid tight end because Christian Kirk, you might not play every week, and he's been playing really well. But I don't know that he's, a for sure set and forget for the rest of the season. C-Lane, what's up? Yeah, I was wrong about Chark, and yeah, I even said, I could see it going both ways. And I think, the other option I said I wasn't leaning as close towards was, the rookie forcing to him. But, I think in my defense, no one expected Jake Luton to, ball out as he did. So, yeah, I kind of figured it would go either way. But if it were me, like I said in last stream, if I had someone else to start over Chark, I definitely would. Yeah, this season is crazy, right? And hey, if they keep on forcing his weight, sometimes a rookie quarterback helps. So Daniel says, I have Devontae Adams and someone is trying to give me Tom Brady, Latavius Murray, and Jarvis for home, my QB for him. I would not do that. Don't take that trade. Keep Devontae Adams for sure. James Martin says, I have Keenan Allen, T against Crowder, Fogan, Cooper. Okay, so you're set there. So you're saying Amari Cooper? I would do that. Yeah, James, I would. You have the capital at wide receiver to give Amari Cooper away. So I would do that. Tim, kind of risky, but Fournette and Claypool for Eckler, very risky, right? If Eckler comes back, you have a solid high-end RB2, RB1. If you feel like you don't need Claypool, and that's fine. But I think I remember your running back depth being a little bit. Do you have someone to play over the next few weeks or even for the rest of the season if Eckler doesn't come back, right? Because Fournette is still a shaky play, but do you have someone to fill that spot? Can you afford the gamble pretty much? Brown says Robert Woods or Tyler Boyd in my flex this week. Let me see. Let's look at their schedules again. So Cincinnati is playing Washington and the Rams. Ooh. Okay, so now that I know their schedule, because Woods is playing Seahawks, which I kind of think you start any wide receiver against the Seahawks, honestly. But let's look at their production over the last 2 weeks, right? So if we look at Woods, Robert Woods, decent production, gets a decent amount of targets. And then, we all know Tyler Boyd has been a stud this year, right? A pretty consistent wide receiver too, I believe, unless I'm... That's tough. Let's go Woods here. Purely based off of the matchup. Honestly, matchup Cincinnati against Pittsburgh too. Let's go Woods here for sure. I don't know why that took me a second to think. Woods 100%. In the Eastern, bro. Hey, Kraken man. Hey, welcome to the stream. You are new here as well, right? Sam says, do I need a better running back? How do I go about it? My lineup is Henry, Edmonds, C.H. Gibson, DJ Dallas, Jamal. You could use a third guy because I think Henry and C.H. are your best guys. I would maybe try and... Gibson should probably be okay, but I would maybe try, honestly, Gibson and somebody to trade up for another running back to a Josh Jacobs, maybe even JT. I think Gibson's value goes down a little bit for the rest of the season. James says Eckler might come back this season. Chargers aren't making plays, so they're gonna... Exactly, that's the only risk. That's a very high risk. I can't have the flex at the RB, so I don't know if I would take the risk, Tim, but it could be a game changer for you into the playoffs if Eckler comes back. So it's a high risk, high reward for sure, because you're either going to have a potential RB1 or you're going to not have a player at all, period, right? Marlo, JT is Jonathan Taylor. Rahul, do you believe Kittle will actually come back? Some people say I don't think he's going to come back this season. I think there's going to be optimistics. If I were me, I would rather use my bench spot on someone else than like waste it on a potential rumor that he's going to come back early. Also with the fact that, you know, the 49ers are going to be in playoff contention, so sorry to our 49er folks out here. There's no reason for them to play him and risk any long-term injury, right? So I don't think he is. Gobble says the thing is I have Evan Engram as a backup, but he's been playing good. Yeah, I mean, that's true. I trust Waller a lot more, right? Evan Engram, for sure, he has been getting up there, and his target share has been going up. But again, it's Daniel Jones throwing to him, so I don't trust him as much as Waller. My big question is, in my head is, if Curtis Samuel can keep up production regardless, yeah, I think he does. You know, he produced when without him, and he produced without when he was there as well. So I think Curtis Samuel can. I really like him. His production has been he's been so what was it? I talked about it in my video, right? He scored an average of 17 plus points over the last 3 weeks. That's an average. And he's been outproducing both DJ Moore and Robbie Anderson, so I like Curtis Samuel a lot. Johnny, what's up, my friend? Welcome to the stream. Yo, chat is lit. We got 18 viewers. Let's see if we can get above 20. My starting wide receivers are Diggs and AJ Brown. Should I be starting Boyd over either of them? I like AJ. Ooh. Not Diggs. AJ Brown has a tough matchup, but I kind of like AJ Brown a little bit more than Boyd. Couple of weeks. Hey, thank you. And yeah, Kraken Man, I don't know if you heard, but for anyone, all you people that just joined, I'm trying something else today where we're doing an early stream for the East Coast folks. So I'm going to be ending here in about 15 to 20 minutes, and then we're going to do another late night stream at about 10:30, 11 p.m. Eastern. So, sorry, 10 p.m., 10:30, 11 p.m. Pacific. So I will be on later tonight to hang out with people. Hey, Crackerman, thank you. I appreciate that. You know, love the lurk, and feel free to ask any questions you have. Johnny, I got JT and Duke on the waiver wire. Do I start JT or Duke in the flex? I go JT, dude. If JT's on your waiver wire, Jonathan Taylor, you need to grab him. Oh, JD McKissick. Okay. Sorry about that. I don't know if Drake is back this week, and I don't know if Duke. I think David Johnson plays. So as of right now, based off of that, I say we start. JD McKissick. McKinnon worth. I don't think so. No name. No, don't do it. Don't do it. Stay far away from that 49ers backfield. I would barely even pick him up and start him without any waiver wire. Jackie, what's up, my man? Does it ever make sense to start 2 wide receivers from the same team? Thinking about adding Cooks, and I start it. So there are definitely. Normally, I would say no, right? But in this case, when we're talking about Brandon Cooks and Fuller, I think there is validity to it, right? And let me talk this through so you guys can let me know what you think. So just this week, Brandon Cooks got 83 yards and a touchdown, right? And Fuller, how did he do? Fuller got 100 yards and a touchdown. So they've both been scoring double digits together. Normally you don't, but in a case, I think honestly they might be one of the only teams where you would start both, because I think you could potentially do it with the Seahawks as well with Tyler Lockett and DK Metcalf, right? But here's the thing with Houston. They're not a good team. They're going to be playing from behind a lot, which means, and they don't have a good run game, right? Their O-line is not that good. So that means they're going to rely on Watson, who they just paid, their best player, to throw as much as possible. Will Fuller and Brandon Cooks are their top 2 options, and they're fast guys, deep threats, whatever. So most of the targets are going to go to them. So I think in that Texas offense, I think if you didn't want to start both, I would not be upset. Hunt and Ayuk for Miles Sanders. That's not a bad actually trade at all. Since Sanders should be back this week or next week, I don't think that's bad. Rahul, 49ers have like 7 RBs. I know, right? It's don't not for me. No, thank you. I made a mistake last week. No RBs from the 49ers except Mostert. Exactly. Mostert, when he's back, that's fine. If I can't get Moss off waivers, who's the next best running back and would be a better start than Army? So next best running back, I would say maybe. Is DJ Dallas there, or like Giovanni Bernard? Maybe a J.D. McKissick has a more long-term feel, but if Devontae Freeman's still out, Wayne Gallman is a really, really good start for you this week. Mostert overall for sure, and Coleman's not second. Yep, Coleman's hot garbage. Probably Wilson is second. Yeah, there's Jeff Wilson kind of surprised everyone else, right? I'm not always against 2 wide receivers at the same time. Last year I won my champion with Godwin M. Oh, for sure, exactly. Yep. Weird Colts IDB. Does Darius make Kerry Willis better? Not. I in a way that Darius Leonard provides a little bit more threat, right? He's both a threat for run stopping and pass rushing and even pass coverage. He's one of those linebackers that can do it all. So I think it gives Kareem Willis a little bit more option to blitz or get those tackles or come up from the safety position and really get in. So I would say so. Marlo says, any chance to buy low on Aaron Jones? Like trade MT, Cup, Chubb, or Fogan for him, 6% league? You can try and trade Cup. I would maybe trade Cup for him, right? Maybe even a Fogan, but it all depends on your league mates. Ray Gamer, hey, what's up? Welcome to the chat. Who would you start? So we're starting 2. Tyler Boyd with the Steelers, Travis Fulgham versus the Giants, DJ Chark for the Packers, Jared Judy versus Raiders, or Antonio Brown with the Panthers. Okay, so hey, thank you so much for providing those opponents. I would go here. I would say Travis Fulgham, DJ Chark, and then even had to start a third one. I would say Judy. I dropped Dallas for Hooper, so okay. Just a second. So yeah, definitely target Gallman or DJ Dallas, Davis. But again, biggest thing is whether or not their starter starts. Jackie says, who to prefer between Judy, Chark, Cooks, and Rieger? Are you talking about long term? Because long term, I probably prefer Cooks and Chark first. Cooks, Chark, then probably Rieger, Judy. Browns fan, my running backs are Nick Chubb, Carson, Zeke, JT, Montgomery. Wide receivers are Digg, AJ Brown, Woods, Boyd, DJ Moore, tight ends, Jonnu. I'm 5-4. Any general advice or places I should look to upgrade? I think you need to upgrade our running backs, right? Carson is still injured. Zeke is meh. JT is still trying to figure out his whole stuff, and I don't like Montgomery. So I think if you can't upgrade at running back, that's where you need. Your wide receivers are solid. You have 2 wide receiver ones in Diggs and AJ Brown. Woods honestly is like kind of a high-end wide receiver too. Maybe try and, I don't know if you can, but maybe try and package like a Zeke and DJ Moore for like another running back or something like that. Ray, hey, thank you so much. I appreciate the sub. That means a lot. We're still grinding out here, and we're trying to we're trying to hit 500 by the end of the year, which I know is kind of it's a lofty goal, but hey, we just got to keep on grinding and trying to hit that. So tell your friends about it. Cup or Brandon Cups for this week? Easy matchups for both. That's a good one. Let me look at their Brandon. So Cup or Cooks, right? I probably lean Cook a little bit more. Jacobs so high or low? I think right now he would be a low value because of his injury, is what I'll say. You think Fulgham? Yeah, honestly, James, I didn't think he was going to produce after the first week or 2, but he continues to do so. If he's going to get those targets, like, there's no reason to doubt him or overthink it. Keep on playing him until he stops getting those targets. Ty, what's up? Henderson, JT, or Justin Jackson this week? I would go JT, Justin Jackson. Well, we'll see if Henderson's back, but I think he's still injured. So I'd probably go JT or... I would probably say JT then Justin Jackson. Marlo, Survivor. Oh man, I haven't watched it in a while. I don't think I've ever watched a full series, but yeah, it's a good show, right? I think it's got to be a pretty good binge show. So, hey, yeah, Marlo, if you do leave, thank you for coming, and feel free to join later. If not, I will be live again Thursday. Raul, what are some good RB2s to target just in case Eckler doesn't come back? Would giving up Deontay for Gibson be good? I think that's okay, Raul, right? I don't love the wide receiver roulette that we have to deal with. I do think Gibson's going to trend down for the rest of the season, But you know, Jonathan Taylor, maybe even Kareem Hunt, Zach Moss, if you try and get him off of waivers, right? Maybe even a David Johnson. David Johnson is probably a good buy low candidate right now. I don't think people are going to sell low on James Conner, but James Conner is anyone in chat can try and get him right now. Had a really rough game. I think he bounces back, but I think it's gonna be tough. Yeah, I know. I saw that 20 viewers. Let's go, guys. Hey, we're trending upwards. This is awesome. Thank you all so much. All right, let's see. Any other sleeper waiver receivers like Fulgham, a wide receiver? And what do you think about the Reddit thread rostering Jacobs? I have Josh Jacobs backup. I have as a deep stash. I don't think his injury is too serious, but it's definitely a good stash. So Devontae Booker is a good stash. Sleeper waiver wire receivers like Fulgham. I was saying earlier today. I think Jacoby Myers reminds me a lot of Travis Fulgham from a few weeks ago because of the target. So I think Myers is someone that's a good sleeper. Well, I mean, he's not a sleeper anymore, right? But I think he's decent. And then, hey, we can always try for an Alshon Jeffrey, right? He should be back soon, and he could be a wide receiver 1, right? So we can try for Alshon Jeffrey. Otherwise, probably just like Curtis or Lazard at this point. Hunt and Ayuk for James Conner. I would do that, Daniel. I would do that. I forget his name, but curious on your thoughts. Yeah, Devontae Booker. I think he's definitely a good stash. Well, there's 24 seconds. Yeah. Hey, thank you, Marlo. Hey, we're back at 20 right now. But yeah, hey, enjoy Survivors. Let us know who survives, I guess. How do you feel about AB? I still feel like there's room for him to do well in that offense. Obviously, the ball is going to get spread out a lot. But I'm not. The Tampa Bay had a bad game last week, so I'm not giving up on him yet. He's a hold for me. I may start him this week. I'll have to look at the matchups and everything, but he got 5 targets, right? Evans and Godwin got 6, so it's not like I think honestly it's gonna be spread out a lot. Rahul Coleman, I still want to stay away from it. He's projected 12.1 against the Saints because ESPN or whatever fantasy leagues, they're thinking that when he comes back, he's going to be like the starter, but I don't trust the 49ers backfield, man. He could be a good stash, but by the time you stash him and wait and see, unless you really want to risk it and play him, Mostert might be back, so I'm not personally a huge fan, but that's me. Unless any 49ers fans here want to, come in and give us some, insight on this, but I don't love it. Yep, exactly. He can come back healthy and get like 2 touches, so we'll see. Let's see. All right, guys, so I think I'm going to end the stream soon. Let me know if you have any more questions. But like I said, I will be back later today. And hey, Davis, are you still in chat by chance? Drake is on waiver. Pick up him and drop Edmonds, or let Edmonds play. Davis, can you see if my Reddit post is still online? Because I don't see it in the sub. I wonder if the mods hit it or something. But yeah, can you see if my post is still available? I feel like I'm not seeing it anywhere. Yeah, Sam, for sure. What time are you coming back? Oh, Ambi, no problem. I'll be back tonight around 10:30 or 11 p.m. Pacific. We're just doing split streams here. But yeah, we'll talk a little bit, and we'll see how things go. But yeah, Davis, let me know if you still see my post, because I feel like I might have to message the mods again. We'll see. I don't know. It's still there? Yeah, that's what I was saying, Davis. I don't like. It's still there, but I wonder if they hid it or something, right? Because if you sort by new, I don't see it. Raul says he doesn't see it, right? So pick up Drake after Edmonds plays this week. Yeah, I think so. Grab Jaden, stash him. Yeah, sounds good, Ambi. Yeah, Davis, I still see it there, but I am for some reason not seeing it. So I wonder if I should submit it to the. I mean, I don't know. Do you guys think it's worth? Do you guys think it's worth reaching out to the mods? I feel like, I don't know. I feel like depending on who looks at it, sometimes they'll like just delete it for some reason. So I'm not really sure. Okay, sounds good. All right, well, guys, I'm gonna hop off. Thank you all. I will be here later tonight in about 4.5 hours. So yeah, for anyone that's gonna join later, I will see you all soon. But yeah, thank you all for joining, and good luck on your waiver wires. If you're not gonna be joining later, feel free to comment on one of my videos if you have any questions. Ambi, you see it? I don't see it on Reddit, Ambi. I'm sorting by new and I don't see it for some reason. It doesn't say it was removed or anything, but yeah, I mean, I still see it if I, oh wait, 2 hours, let's see. Yeah, I'm not seeing it for some reason. That's strange. I don't know why I don't see it. And also the reason I feel like it's hidden is because I sorted by new. The other reason is like, I feel like I haven't gotten any comments since like I started, so I feel like it might be hidden. You see it under new now too? Interesting, okay. Ambi, were you in my post earlier? Cause if I go to, like, if we go to incognito right here, let's see. I'll show you guys this. 1 second. I think that might be it, Davis. Here, let's see. I'm gonna show you guys my monitor. Let's see. Oops. All right, here we go. So this is the monitor here, right? So if I go to new, so I posted this 2 weeks ago, or sorry, 2 hours ago. And, oh yeah, I guess it is here. Weird. Maybe Reddit's just being funky. I mean, whatever. I don't care that much. I care about you guys more than Reddit, so even though some of you guys are Reddit. But all right, hey, thank you, friends. I cannot, say how much I appreciate all of you guys. You guys bring really, really good questions. And, honestly, besides just the questions and me answering it, what I've seen over the last week is that, like, you guys are all just helping each other out, and talking in chat. And I love that, if you guys have a different opinion, just bring it up, right? I'm not gonna be the guy who's gonna say, hey, I choose player A over B, and if you say otherwise, you're wrong. So you guys, thank you so much. Like I said, for anyone else, I will be here later tonight in about 4.5 hours. If I don't talk to you tonight, I'll talk to you all soon. Next stream will be Thursday. I will post a time, and I'll try and get on a little bit earlier on Thursday because my Colts actually play, so I do want to watch that. But hey, thank you all so much. I'll talk to you all soon. Have a good night.